Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished judges, fellow young leaders, and architects of the future. My name is Rhea Diaro from Sabilillah High School, and today I am greatly honored to present to you this speech about the importance of education and the effect on the younger generation. Youth is a figure that always brings alterations. If we think about youth, most of us will think about Gen Z. Gen Z is a generation born between 1997 and 2012. In fact, in 2020, Indonesia had 71.5 million people. That is almost 30% of our total population. Let that number sink in. Nearly 1 out of every 3 Indonesians is you, is me, is us. But there is a truth that keeps me awake at night. A nation with 71 million young people cannot afford to lose or fail its education system. Because when education fails, the future fails. And now, education is the only thing bridging us between where we are now and Indonesia Emas 2045. Indonesia Emas 2045 is our nation's grand vision to build a dignified, educated, and advanced nation. But a dream without actions is just an illusion. So, what can we do? Because right now, Indonesia is still in an education crisis. First, let me give you an example. In PISA 2022, Indonesia ranked 69th out of 80 participating countries in literacy and critical thinking. That is lower and below the average. Our young people scroll through social media for hours in a day but cannot go through a single chapter in a textbook or in a novel. But how can this be? Literacy is a source of all knowledge. Number 2, there is a deep, painful divide between students in urban areas and students in rural areas. Students in Jakarta have access to high-speed internet, digital libraries, and also robotics club, even here. But students born in Papua or East Nusa Tenggara, there is still many schools that still doesn't have electricity, let alone computers. This is not just an infrastructure problem, this is a justice problem. So here we are. Deep inequality, literacy skills that are below the average. How can we fix this? Well, the question is not, can we change this? The question is, will we change this? The young generation has a sacred responsibility, not just to study, but to lead the improvement of our nation's education. But what can we do? How can we start a thing so big? Well, you're in luck, because now I'm going to give you 3 small things that you can start doing from now on. Number 1, increase literacy interest. Start to read 1 or 2 books in a month. Ask your friends to join in on your movement, because every great habit and movement start with something small. Number 2, demand funding. Schools that are meant to receive funds from the government, usually their money goes to nowhere. Their money goes to misallocated or never even arrived. Now, we can use our voice to speak up and demand a better funding system to the government. Number 3, we can bridge the gap between creativity, not just technology. Technology is a tool, but we cannot afford to use technology in every single problem that we face every day. There is a school there in Papua. They have no signal and no electricity. We cannot just, let's just send them a Wi-Fi. We can't do that. There is no signal there. So what can we do? Maybe we can send them solar lamps, or we can send them printed textbook. Now that is creative problem solving. Beyond those, we can use entrepreneurship and also environmental awareness, because the future belongs to those who wants to give a solution and innovation. I know what you might be thinking. This change seems so difficult and so big, and I'm so scared. that must be what we all are thinking right now. But let me tell you something. Every great nation starts with young people who refuses things to be just as they were. Let's just take an example of our country. Who fought for the nation independence? Young people. Who lead and launches the reform movement? Young people. Now, who will lead Indonesia to the golden age of 2045? Young people. Us. Let's take this opportunity to make Indonesia Emas 2045 not just a government slogan, but a promise that a Papua kid could have the same access to technology and education as a kid that was born in Jakarta. Let's take that promise to make every kid from Sabang to Merauke have access to the worldwide education and books and literacy. This is a movement that we can all do, and we all start by doing simple things. So let's take this opportunity. Not next week, not next year, but now. My name is Rhea, signing off. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.